हेलो, गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी। इंग्लिश आसान है कि इस एक और एपिसोड में आप सबका स्वागत है। और आज हमारे स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं एक वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कम्युनिकेटर्स मिस श्रद्धा दुबे, जो आने वाले हैं हमारे शो में। और श्रद्धा दुबे जो हैं वो बाय प्रोफेशन शी इज़ अ प्लांट पैथोलॉजिस्ट, शी इज़ अ गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट and she is one of the best communicators I have ever met in my life. She speaks well in English as well as Hindi, और बाद में और भी पता नहीं कितनी लैंग्वेज जानती होंगी, तो जब आएंगी तो उन्हीं से पूछेंगे हम लोग। और आज का मेन मोटो जो है, एक बहुत अच्छे स्पीकर से, एक बहुत अच्छे इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेटर से और हिंदी कम्युनिकेटर से ये जानना कि उनका क्या राज है। हाउ डू दे मैनेज देमसेल्व्स in a very good English communication as well as in Hindi communication. So how do people balance between both the things, and what was their success secret? How did they learn English speaking and so well? When you listen to her, you will come to know that how well she speaks in English, what the expression she gives with the expressions, how she deals with all the words she uses. It's really phenomenal. So let me just ask her to join this, and she's there. Hi.
Hello.
Shweta. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Very fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm also fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. And before you joined in,
properly?
Am I audible or not right now?
Yes.
Hello.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very clear. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just talking about you just before you joined in. And I said the person who is a very good communicator in Hindi as well as in English. So how do they manage themselves? Right? I have watched you. I have listened to you communicating in English as well as in Hindi. You do the shairis. You do everything, whatever is available on this earth related to communication. So I was just talking about that only. But let me first formally introduce you to the public over there. Shraddha is a plant pathologist by profession. She's a gold medalist as far as her academics is concerned. And right now she is a co-founder of PsychKindle. PsychKindle is a website which deals with several issues related to psychology, related to personal development. And there are plethora of services available with PsychKindle. So Shraddha, welcome you to this show. English आसान है, इस शो में आपका स्वागत है।
Thank you so much. Pure joy to be here.
या और श्रद्धा, ये शो मैंने जानबूझ के इसलिए बनाया है, ये उन लोगों के लिए खास तौर पे जो इंग्लिश सीख रहे हैं अभी, who are not very good in English but they are learning English right now. So I usually invite people who have developed English by themselves so that we can get some solid tips, some concrete tips from them, how we can develop our own English speaking. So आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, आपकी जर्नी कैसी रही है खुद की इंग्लिश डेवलप करने में?
Okay, Alok, my tryst with English started as early as the kindergarten stage in school.
Okay.
So it was a bittersweet kind of a start, I should say. Because coming from a Hindi speaking background, because my mother tongue is Hindi. So we were never exposed to a continuous flow of thoughts or maybe, conversation in English at home.
Right.
But when we were introduced to, when I joined the convent school, which was Don Bosco Kindergarten it was at Jorhat, Assam. So it so happened that when I was in class 2, so one of our teacher, Sister Costa, she asked in general to speak about the weekend. How did you speak how did you spend your weekend? And the answers were, different from different people. And when my chance came, I actually happened to watch a movie, which was Noori, with my family.
Okay.
And as the fate could have been. So I started elaborating on the things which I really felt was good, and I was quite excited about the whole experience. So one thing was, I talked about the actress moving towards the actor. Poonam Dillon, she was moving towards, I don't remember the actor now, but she was
Okay.
moving towards the actor. The movement was in slow motion, but instead of the word slow motion, I happened to say the actress was moving in loose motion. And the teacher asked me to come again, come again. And I could not visualize
Okay.
what went wrong. And she roared in laughter. And she said, this is not loose motion, but slow motion. So such was the start. So I, whenever my classmate happened to look at me or see me, they started calling me loose motion.
Okay.
So when I came home, I declared that I'm not going to school anymore. And the reason was this. So my father started explaining कि ऐसा तो होता है, मेरे साथ भी ऐसा कई बार हुआ है. Even my mama ji happened to, he was quite apprehensive about the whole thing, that how, a student feels when he encounters such bullying or maybe, criticism and all.
Right.
So he said, मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था. He was a CMO with the HEC, Hindustan Electrical Corporation.
Right.
So he said, मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ था. I went to an inquiry counter in a railway platform. और मुझे पूछना था कि गाड़ी लेट है क्या? And he said, the train is late है. So the है in Hindi was his question mark.
Yes, yes.
As such, I could visualize that English में सबको थोड़ी बहुत ऐसी परेशानियां होती हैं. And I developed a courage and a confidence that this is a part and parcel of learning English.
Yes.
And such confidence was derived after counseling and association from, like-minded people and also the family members who came to rescue. So this was how it is. So it is not that you start, studying in convent school and it comes naturally.
Yes.
You too have many challenges. So this is one of them.
Yes.
There was another incident, as regard to the pronunciation. Our teacher was from Kerala, and they have a very different kind of a pronunciation. So I was not, I did not attend maybe school. I was ill, but it was made mandatory to have a class photograph, of the particular class, maybe class 2 or class 1. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
And one of my neighbors who came to ask me, where are you? I can't trace you in this particular photograph. And I said, I was husband in class. And she asked me to come again. Husband means what? I said, I didn't go to school yesterday. Maybe, that particular day. And she said, it's not husband, it's absent. Who told you it's husband? So, but the teacher, she had that kind of a pronunciation, said husband, habsen, habsen. So I picked up the word absent to be husband. So such are the influences. So you have bittersweet experiences and then you develop your English. So I did not chase English, the spoken English. I chased language. I chased studies in school, education in school.
Right.
And English happened that way. So एक के साथ एक मुफ्त.
Yes, yes. And I feel this is the really inhibiting factor. जैसा आपने भी बताया, this is the really inhibiting factor when you are not able to speak English well or correct as per somebody's own expertise. So you are afraid of punishment, especially when it comes to school, afraid of punishment. And then you are afraid of the embarrassment which you need to face in public when you are not speaking English well. So this is the very crucial part of learning English speaking, when we are too much afraid of this embarrassment or punishment. So we are not able to develop this language. We are very good in developing that subject. We always get the good marks or the, what do you say? What it is said when you get a very good score or distinction.
So
You always
academically,
get
you are
the,
very sound. Yeah.
yeah, academically you become very good. You get the distinction in English subject as such. But when it comes to English as a language, we are always falling back. We are not developing this with the ease, because learning a language, it requires the ease with the language. It requires to be very friendly with the usage of the language, and there should always be a scope of committing mistakes and then getting it corrected from your peer group, which never ever happens in our setup. So, what do you feel about this, particularly committing mistakes and then getting it corrected with the same ease and comfort which you had when you were not learning this language?
Okay.
So,
I endorse every word of yours, Alok. You know, people basically mistake fluency for perfection.
yes,
When you actually learn a language, perfection does not mean that you speak each and every word correctly, grammatically very correct. It's all about your confidence to deliver your message, your opinion, your view in a proper way, that it is understood by the people who is listening to you and is absorbed well.
yeah,
It's nothing to do with perfection. So it's all right, simply all right to commit mistake because you are a non-native speaker. So
yes,
basically coming out of your mode of being perfect in every way and then going about to speak, I say that is not done.
right,
What you need to do is you need to know that English is not you. आप सिर्फ इंग्लिश से नहीं पहचाने जाते.
hmm,
Your intellect, your knowledge on several other subjects also defines you. हम कई बार अपने आप को रोक लेते हैं कि अगर हमने सही नहीं बोला तो लोग क्रिटिसाइज करेंगे और मे बी हमारे मजाक उड़ाएंगे. But that is not the way it is. If you can actually make the people understand in the simplest possible words, your thing is done.
yes,
तो मेरा ये कहना है कि fluency or spoken English has nothing to do with perfection. Commit mistake, learn from it,
right,
but never abstain from speaking. Because this is how you learn. और एक चीज बहुत दिमाग में होनी चाहिए कि everyone has a brain which has two areas of grasping a language. One
right,
area in our brain is called a vernix area, which is all about grasping a language, any language.
yes,
It's all about understanding a language, and that goes for any language. And
absolutely,
the other area is called the Broca's area, which is all about reproducing the language which you have learned.
yes,
Now, how the Broca's area and the vernix area function, it is similar in every respect. हम कई बार सोचते हैं वो बंदा बहुत अच्छी इंग्लिश बोल रहा है, हम काश वैसा बोलते, और या फिर मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं बोल पाऊंगी या बोल पाऊंगा.
yes,
ऐसा एक कॉम्प्लेक्स सा हमें महसूस होने लगता है. But let me tell you, God has gifted you with these areas in your brain.
yes,
करना क्या है? 3 चीजें. We need to give it, we need to feed it. कोई भी लैंग्वेज आपको सीखनी हो, मे बी बंगाली, मराठी, फ्रेंच, स्पेनिश, you need to feed your brain so that it absorbs it, so that it grasps it. और वो आप
right,
कैसे करते हैं? By reading.
by reading,
The next thing is by listening.
right,
So when you feed your vernix area with with hearing a particular language, and also by reading text on that particular language, and then reproducing it, speaking it,
yes,
you actually tend to improve. And this is how it functions. So you ask me, what is the limit of feeding it?
yes,
Sky is the limit.
sky's the limit, absolutely,
जितना ज्यादा डालेंगे अंदर, उतनी जल्दी सीखेंगे, और
Fine.
उतनी जल्दी आप बोल सकेंगे.
बोल सकते
This is how it goes. And it is same for everyone.
हैं. Yes.
God never discriminates. He has provided this area in your brain just to learn language, just to understand things.
Right.
आपको सिर्फ यूज करना है and you need to know this is how it is and I have it in me. I can do it.
Yes.
अगर ये साइंटिफिक कॉन्सेप्ट आपके अंदर है तो आपके अंदर यूं ही वो आत्मविश्वास जो है वो अंदर जागेगी. You know, you'll have that self confidence in you
Yes.
that I have been designed in such a way तो मैं ये इंग्लिश क्यों नहीं कर सकता.
Right.
This is how I think about English. English बहुत आसान है.
Right.
The right mindset is required.
Yes.
And अगर आप वो कहेंगे कि क्या थी ना वो विद्या बालन की वो जो डायलॉग था कि पिक्चर 3 चीजों से चलती है, एंटरटेनमेंट एंटरटेनमेंट
Entertainment. Yes. Yes.
तो मैं यूं कहूंगी कि इंग्लिश सिर्फ 3 चीजों से सीखी जा सकती है. और मैंने रीडिंग, स्पीकिंग एंड लिसनिंग तो कह दिया है,
हाँ.
मगर राइट माइंडसेट, करेक्ट माइंडसेट एंड पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट,
Positive mindset.
3 चीजें हैं. दैट इज माइंडसेट.
Yes. Yes.
So if you have that mindset in you, you can
Right.
learn any language.
So nice of you. Before going ahead, let me just thank each and everybody who has just joined this Soul and Excel. Thank you very much for your words. Astha, thank you very much for your that beautiful comment. And each and everybody, Rakesh Dubeji, who have joined just now. Everybody who has joined, thank you very much for joining us live. श्रद्धा, मुझे एक चीज ये पूछनी है. एक जैसे हमने माइंडसेट की अभी बात कही, सो सपोज आई वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश. अभी मैं इंग्लिश सीखना चाहता हूँ. मैं उतना अच्छा इंग्लिश नहीं बोलता हूँ. मैंने इंग्लिश में अपने एग्जाम्स दिए हैं. मैं इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छा पढ़ लेता हूँ. मैं इंग्लिश अच्छा सुन लेता हूँ. मुझे समझ में आ जाता है. लेकिन जब मैं बोलने जाता हूँ तो मैं उतना अच्छा नहीं बोल पाता हूँ. और जब मैं नहीं बोल पाता हूँ तो मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता है, क्योंकि मेरे सामने जो लोग हैं ये बहुत अच्छा बोल रहे हैं. दे आर स्पीकिंग सो वेल इन इंग्लिश and I'm not able to reproduce whatever I have in my mind. Maybe I don't have the word, I don't have the vocabulary right now, or even though I have the vocabulary, it's not just coming out of my mind and onto my tongue. So, how to manage this struggle? How to manage this struggle that I do know everything, but I'm not able to speak in English well. I know how to structure the sentences, but somehow I'm not able to do that. How to manage that mindset?
Okay. Now, answering to your question, I'll go to human psychology to deal with the
Yes.
answer. Okay, it so normally happens that, you know, when we have so much of knowledge on English, you know, grammar we have studied and, you know, a lot of text we have studied, but the only thing is we are not able to reproduce it, present it,
Yeah.
you or maybe speak in front of people. This is because you have a certain perception about your English. मैं अच्छी नहीं जानता, मैं भूल जाऊंगा, या मेरे अंदर वो शब्द नहीं आएंगे जिससे कि मैं एक्सप्लेन कर पाऊंगा. You already give a negative feed or negative suggestion to your brain. मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. Or maybe in spite that I know so much, but still आप ब्रेकास एरिया को यूज नहीं करते हैं. You need to use that area. Flow अपने आप आएगी. What we normally do is we don't trap the thought. जो thoughts आती हैं, जो सोच आती है, we don't trap those thoughts. What we try trapping is words. हम पहले से जंप करते हैं और सोचते हैं कि शब्द कहां से आ जाए. What you need to do is trap your thoughts first. मैं जो बोलने जा रहा हूं वो मैं क्या बोलने जा रहा हूं. So it should come in English only.
Yes.
और वो जब आए आपके उसमें, तब आप उसे शब्दों से सजो और फिर बोले. हम ऐसा करते हैं कि पहले सोचते हैं कि शब्द कहाँ आएंगे, शब्द नहीं आ पाएंगे। शब्द आएंगे बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलरेडी ट्रीटेड योर वर्निक्स ब्रेन, एंड आपको विश्वास करना पड़ेगा अपने मस्तिष्क पे। इट हैज ऑलरेडी सो मच ट्रैप्ड इनसाइड, सिर्फ उसे यूज करना है। चूंकि आप यूज नहीं करते हैं, एंड स्टार्ट इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ मिरर इफ यू कैन नॉट गो फेस टू फेस विद पीपल, स्टार्ट
Right.
टॉकिंग टू प्लांट्स। मैंने कईयों को सुना है, वेरी वेरी बिग स्पीकर्स हु यूज्ड टू स्टैमर, and they used to go and speak to plants.
Okay.
And then when you speak to plants, you get, a lot of movement, and that actually encourages you. एक पेड़ को अपना दोस्त बनाइए. Maybe it won't give you feedback. आपने कैसा बोला, but it will surely give you practice to the breakass area. जब वो breakass area पे आपकी practice hogi, then it will be very easy for you to reproduce your thought in front of other people. तो अपने आप को आपको तैयार करना पड़ेगा. And the next thing is, do not compare yourself with other. You are you, uniquely you. So the only thing required to speak is your English. कौन कैसा बोलता है, it shouldn't be मेरी साड़ी तेरी साड़ी से सफेद कैसे, या मेरी अंग्रेजी तेरी अंग्रेजी से अच्छी कैसे. मेरी अंग्रेजी मैंने अपने सर्कमस्टांसेस से सीखी है, मैंने अंग्रेजी अपने हिसाब से सीखी है, और मैं जितना जानता हूं, I will try to reproduce, or maybe I'll try to present in as many words as I have. लेकिन somewhere you will have to start. And don't go for perfection. क्योंकि अगर आप सोचेंगे कि मैं परफेक्ट एक बार हो जाऊं, उसके बाद बोलना शुरू करूंगा, तो there is nothing like perfection.
Right.
You should be forever learner. You should be a forever learner. English is not a, what should I say, 100-meter race. एक sprint कर लिया और English आ गई आप. You should develop the spirit of a marathoner.
Yes.
कि आज इतनी सीखी, कल इतनी सीखेंगे और सीखते जाएंगे, because there is no end to learning anything.
Yeah.
और 3 चीजें मैं और फिर बताती हूँ आपको. बेशरम हो जाइए, जिद्दी हो जाइए,
yes,
और प्रयास कीजिए. This is the 3 things by which you can decode every bit of English. Yes. And you can be a confident speaker.
Absolutely. And I think we need to put more efforts in making our mindset than into making or learning English. But there's the mindset which is actually hindering us to become confident, become fluent. And why I think so, why this perfection myth comes into picture, because we are very perfect in writing English. We are absolutely perfect in listening English, or we are actually perfect with the knowledge of the English. Grammar rules, we have done it perfectly in our schools, in our college. So we know what perfection means. And that's why whenever it comes to delivering it, we always expect from ourselves that we should be perfect enough to deliver it. So I think this perfection myth is deep-seated into our psyche, in our brain, that if we know how to write English perfectly, how to listen or how to read English perfectly, then we should always be perfect in speaking it. So this is what I think, this is how this is deep-seated into our psyche, the perfection myth. And that's why we don't realize that it has not become our muscle memory. Psychologists, they have also proven that unless and until any language or any skill, it becomes your muscle memory. The muscle, like, it should come on your tongue. It should be well accustomed by your jaws. by your movement. So unless and until this is well seeded or instilled in your muscle memory, it becomes difficult for us. And when it becomes your muscle memory, even your memory is lesser or you don't remember the words, you will become fluent at all. So
Right,
I
right.
suppose that's the best thing to make it your muscle memory. Read, and then just speak. Even if you are speaking incorrect or there are some flaws in your speaking, just speak it out. Because I have seen many MDs, I have seen many top leaders who are not very good in English, but they are leaders.
Right.
So
So
and
that's
they are
what I said.
speaking even though they know that they are not speaking right, they continue speaking. So it's a
Right,
muscle
right.
memory.
It's a muscle
Sorry, I
memory. So
interrupted you.
it's all about strengthening your neurons, and it can only be done if you repeat.
Yes.
Repeat what? Speaking. Repeat what?
Speaking.
Reading. Repeat what?
Yeah,
Listening. And this should
absolutely.
come very naturally. It should be like a habit developed if you want to learn a language.
Yes.
And this feed can be through, listening to music, or maybe watching movies, some kind of rom-coms, and things like that, drama theory, all those kind of things. So
Right.
it's not only about reading a text, it's also about, you can learn a language through movies. So
Yes.
if you ask me, I developed Bengali by watching Bengali movies.
Yes.
Ironically, I would also like to pinpoint a thing. I mean, it's a very important matter. Like, in India, if you start speaking a certain regional language in an
Mm.
area, say, for example, I am in Kolkata now. And when I start speaking in Bengali, people are so happy and excited to hear from a non-Bengali. They appreciate it,
Okay.
they welcome.
Okay.
Say, for example, I go to a grocery and ask him, what's the cost of something? And it was of $20.
Okay.
And so someone on the other side, who was asking for the price, he said, Kuri taka. Kuri
Okay.
taka. And I didn't know what exactly it was, but through the expression, I could visualize that it is quite costly. I mean, it's expensive. And I
Okay.
said, what exactly was it? And he said
Mm.
20. So I learned it through hearing, Kuri taka. And people
Okay.
welcomed him. We were so overwhelmed by the whole thing that a native is speaking in that particular language. But such
Right.
kind of welcome, we never notice when you speak English. If you
Right.
fumble or if you make some kind of a grammatical mistake, I have noticed that people start criticizing or start feeling low about you.
Right.
This is what I encounter in our society. And this is one big complaint. So you
Harpal,
need not
Harpal is
worry
there.
about this.
Yeah. Harpal is there. Harpal, you said the two perfect people, not at all, not the perfect people. We are just communicators like you. And I think you are much perfect than us. And Harpal
Thank you.
has one question. How many English words should a person know to speak English? What's your answer, Shraddha? How many English words should a person know to speak English? That is Harpal's question. This
I mean,
question comes from one of the persons who speaks English so well. And I'm fond of his
yeah.
English. And he is asking the question. Might be for the help of the others, he is asking this question.
I won't restrict, or I can say that this many words would lead you to speak English. There cannot be a specific number which can be stated. But yes, I can always tell you that it is not necessary that you learn every elements of English, or maybe, all the synonyms of English, I mean, the words in particular, and then start speaking. Say, for example, we are normally advised or told to learn about active voice and passive voice, direct speech and indirect speech. If you ask me, I normally go for the first things, active speech. I feel that's very easy to learn, also to speak, and also to make the people understand. Similarly comes with direct speech. If I ask you, hello, give me your number.
Yeah.
This is directly I'm asking you. I
Right.
asked Alok to give his number. Why to go about it learning that?
Right.
I mean, it's not actually required. Or
Right.
maybe I wrote this letter. This letter was written by me. There are two ways of stating an active voice and a passive voice. Is it
Yes.
required if I just say it plainly in an active voice? It's done. And I believe Harpal, he's a wonderful storyteller.
Yes.
An active voice or a direct speech gives you much dramatic, presentation or much better presentation of the feelings, the emotions. So go for it. It's not necessary that you learn each bit and nitty-gritties of the grammar to start speaking English. Not required at all. To go for each and every noun, pronoun, word, all the 9 parts of speech, and then you start learning. What I have found through my experience that it's always better to first grasp the verb instead of the noun and pronoun. And this is the way you develop your vocabulary. Then go for adverb and the preposition. So basically in that order, things become quite easy. So you need not read the whole Rain and Martin or a Nesville grammar book and then come out to present. So, I mean, the only answer I could say is it's not necessary that, I cannot limit or specify that this many words are required to speak. I'm sorry, I cannot.
I heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that for a speaker or for a speaker who speaks in English, it is hardly 1500 to 1800. So maximum 2000 words are required to even become an influential speaker. Right? That's the study or that's the data says. But as a graduate, we know more than 8,000 words in English. 8,000 words we have come across throughout our till the time we graduate in any of these streams. But we require only 1,500 to 2,000 words to live our life comfortably if you want to speak in English. That is including
Thank
your
you for such a
speeches.
beautiful information. Yeah.
That is including your speeches, including your one of the biggest speeches. Like you are
Okay.
addressing almost 1,000 people on a stage. That to 1,500 to 1,000 or 2,000 words are enough to express yourself comfortably and influentially.
So people, that is an added advantage. Just 1,500 and you are done.
Yes.
So why hesitate? Come out
Right.
of your cocoon.
Like, and Gauravi says
And
English is
thank you.
easy. English is easy. The more we speak, the more words keep coming into our experience.
Exactly.
Absolutely, Gauravi. That's very true.
Exactly.
And Gauravi has also been a very good English communicator. So it's really from the horse's mouth that whatever she speaks, it's really true. The more you speak, the more you get accustomed. Once again, Gauravi, I would say this is the muscle memory. The more you tone your muscles, the more they are ready to take up new challenges. Just like the gym worker. So if he is able to say take a load of 100 kgs, he will be able to take a load of 110 kgs also. So that's how it becomes your muscle memory, and your brain will supply you more things because you are comfortable at all with that thing.
Right.
So SK Dubeji is there. Thank you very much for being there for our conversation. and some tips like Sada, it's one more thing which I would personally like to listen from you and learn from you. Your suggestions to improve vocabulary. We are all fond of vocabulary. We think the more words we add to our English will become more influential or impressive. So whether it is more words or lesser words, I don't want to go into that more. But I have listened to you more speaking great words with different meanings and having good vocabulary in your store. So, what's your success secret, and what would you give us some tips to improve our vocabulary? Means practical tips to improve our vocabulary.
First and foremost, I would suggest, watching movies,
Okay.
English movies. I would say that watch. The World is One, the news channel. Palki Upadhyay, she is a very good
Yes.
speaker, and the diction, the quality of presentation, and, the vocab and things like that. Yes, you can always grasp from her. Also, few movies I can suggest. One of my teachers, she suggested Sound of Music. That was a beautiful movie and a very old one. But then you can actually pick up words. It really gets absorbed because, it's in a very simple kind of an English. It's a British English. So that's like one of the things. Of course, go for interesting movies. I mean, the genre which interests you. Maybe if you are interested in, science fiction, go for that kind of a movie. If you are interested in rom-com, go for that kind of a movie. So if you actually ask me about a rom-com, I loved Love Actually, which is based on 8 different kind of relationship, and the words are terrific. It gets grounded. Like, what I have seen is that when you watch a movie, you actually do it for maybe 1.5 hours to 3 hours at the max. That is how it is, the length of the movie. But then many things get ingrained. How does that happen? Because it is in a visual format. And when you keep on, repeating it, the words which you have, heard or maybe listened during the course of watching it, it actually gets ingrained. Say, for example, you watch the movie Sholay maybe just once. So, kitne aadmi the? You know the dialogue by heart just by the utterance of just one time.
Right.
Similarly, the kind of songs, if you happen to hear them and then go on singing, it's not necessary that you are a good singer and then only you can sing.
Yes.
But again, the singing also brings forth not many words. And, things like casual English, which you normally don't get by reading textbooks.
Yes.
That comes from this kind of, rom-coms or maybe, the sitcoms and things like that. Say, for example, Catch You Later. बाद में मिलते हैं.
Yes.
Or maybe things like I got ripped off.
Yes.
है ना? इस तरीके, or maybe I was cheated. That means, isn't it? Ripped off. I was cheated. और आप इस तरह की चीजें जो हैं आपको मूवीज से आराम से मिल जाती हैं.
Right.
Or maybe I got screwed up. आप उसको जनरली कैसे बोलेंगे? Ruined.
Ruined. Yes.
That's how it is. तो इस तरह की नई चीजें आप देखते हैं, सुनते हैं, और किस वजह से ये मूवी में यूज किया गया है. You get the context, not necessarily the meaning of that particular word, but you get the context of that word. और उस context को अगर आप समझ जाते हैं, then it becomes very easy for you to use it off and on. I've seen this happening. I mean, it's my own experience. And also talking to the youth.
Yes.
Today's English is very different from the English we had learned. I mean, I'll just cite an example. One of my nephews, he happened to talk to me on Messenger. Okay. And he was asking me to bake a cake for him. And I said, okay. And he answered, wicked. I was taken aback. I mean, wicked means, according to my perception, it's about evil.
Yes.
And I gave him a question mark. Why wicked?
Yes.
And he said, Chachi, it means cool. So interaction with the new generation gives you a lot many new language, listening to songs, the movies, and read anywhere. वो
Yes.
जो झालपुरी या फिर वो भेलपुरी वाले जो
भेलपुरी
नो
वाला।
वो कागज होते हैं ना जिसमें वो
हाँ,
लगा के देते हैं,
yes,
अगर वो भी मिले तो पढ़ो. You
पढ़ो।
get such interesting things there. So I don't miss out on that even.
Yes.
You enjoy it all the more.
Gauravi says, yes, her children, they practice this. They listen to the English songs and then they Google it, whether the
Yeah.
meaning of those words are appropriate to their age or not. So that's how, yes, definitely, Gauravi, they should look into whether they should
So
use these words. Yeah,
you get the expression of those words.
expression.
How
Yes.
to speak it. You get to know the pronunciation of the words. It comes easy that way.
Yes, yes.
So it's
So-
all in one package if you start doing it. And of course, your ears are engaged,
Yeah.
and that connects you to the neurons back in your Wernicke's area. So grasping becomes quite easy.
So that's how-
these are few of the things I can suggest at the moment. Yes.
Yeah, from language point of view, also as the greatest neuroscientist Joe Dispenza also says, the neurons that fire together wire together.
Wire together.
The
yes.
more you fire your neurons for English speaking, the more neurons will make connections together and you'll be able to speak well. Yes, of course, it happens gradually. Nothing can be done in just one day or one night. It takes time. But I've experienced myself, Shraddha, it's very true. The more I focus on English, the more I get new words, as Gorby also says, very true. The more you speak, the more your mind supports you with English at all. So it's just practice, practice, and practice. And yes, you need to keep this mentality far behind from you that you're not speaking very good. Just gauge yourself, measure yourself, how much you are practicing. According to that, whether you are reproducing or not. If not, then you just look into that. What is stopping you? But at any point of time, you don't have to think that I cannot do that. You can always do that.
Of
That's how
course,
I
yes.
think about English learning and
It's
English
always-
speaking.
It's always I am possible.
Yes.
And the attitude is everything.
Yes.
Your
Attitude is
attitude towards learning, speaking, that's about it. और अंग्रेजी वाकई बहुत आसान है. It's
हाँ.
as easy as your mother tongue. It's just that we have not learned in the process or in the manner like the way we have learned or grasped our own mother tongue.
Right.
We started off with 5 sense organs. जब हम छोटे थे, मम्मी कहा करती थी आओ. So we
Yes.
used to see, the movement of hand and also
Yes.
hear her say ow. So coordination of what our eyes saw and what our ears heard. 2 things. And we grasped a word which was ow. Similarly, अगर आपको come here सीखना है, then you need to again coordinate the 2 things.
Yes.
तो बचपन में हमने come here जो आजकल बहुत हुआ करता है कि right from the birth we start speaking in English. But during our times it wasn't done.
Yes.
वो वहाँ पे आओ was the way it was. So we learned it through the senses.
Yes.
When our mother touched us, patted us and embraced us, that was love.
Love.
Touch. We learned through touch.
Absolutely.
So this is how when you involve all your senses to learn something, it gains, ingrained and it is forever. And don't fall into the hoax of learning a language in 15 days, 21 days, 100 days. It's an ongoing process. As I said, it is like marathon running. Go on and on and on.
So that was great, and absolutely great discussion and learning from you, Shraddha. And as I was just talking to the viewers before you came, that Shraddha, at least I know Shraddha speaks Hindi and English, both the languages well. और कितनी languages बोलती हैं आप?
मैं बंगाली बोल लेती हूँ, असमीज बोल लेती हूँ, मारवाड़ी बोल लेती हूँ. You know,
Oh my God.
my husband, he's in a transferable job. तो और
Yes.
मेरे पापा भी हुआ करते थे. You know, we visited many places. So
Hmm.
I love learning languages. Yes,
Oh. And
that makes me, you know,
scientifically,
closer to people.
and scientifically, it has been proven that the more language you speak, your brain actually, your brain chemicals, they are alive at the later stage of your life also. When you cross 50, 60, 70s even, your brain is much more active and creatively active if you know more than one or two languages. So keep on learning new language. So that is one more advantage of learning English. Although as Shraddha knows 6 to 7 different languages, but I would suggest if you're not learning the other languages, at least your mother tongue, your one more language where you most often you come across with the people, like if you are Maharashtrian and you go to Gujarat for your profession, learn Gujarati. With that, learn English. So at least your brain will be more creative because we need creative brains at our later stages. Then the more we need them right now, we need it more in our later ages, like 60s, 70s, or we are if we are fortunate or unfortunate to live beyond 80. So we need more creative brains at that particular time. So learn English from that point of view also, that you are making your brain more creative. So this is what I
Yeah,
think more about English.
yeah. I would just say that don't chase to learn English. Chase
Yes,
knowledge, and in
knowledge.
the process, English will happen to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you, Garima Upadhyay also. Wonderful learning experience, she says. Thank you very much for being there, catching us live, and staying here
Thank you.
live. And as we just wanted to let you know, and my viewers also, I have just started this series. I'm not a very big or expert of English language. I always say announce this. I'm not the English teacher. I'm not the English trainer. I'm just the English learner. And because of that only, I started this new account just for English learning. So I create the graphics for which I just communicate people that what is the new word, what is the new idiom, what are the new expressions of saying something in a different way. So I just do this in this account, and I call upon people who are very good in English, who can give us some new ideas, some new tips of learning speaking English. So that's why this has been created. And for the knowledge of our viewers, Shraddha is a co-founder of a very good website called as PsyKindle. Let us know something in brief about PsyKindle, Shraddha. How people can get benefited with your website.
Okay. Psykindle is an LLP. Actually, we have started this January itself, and it caters to your mental health issue, learning about it, also getting counseling and problem solution. We also deal with career guidance, uh, personal enrichment, human potential development, and all these areas. So we are catering to education, counseling, guidance. So you can always reach out to us at psykindle.com. That is our thing. And we are open for facilitating you with all the things that we have with us. So welcome
Thank
to
you.
Psykindle.
Thank you. Thank you very much for these services as well as for coming over here. Thank you very much, each and every viewer, and especially Dubeji, Sunilji. Thank you very much for being there. And thank you very much for encouraging us for this wonderful talk. And Shraddha has always been an inspiration and motivation for me and for many of our community members who always get something new from Shraddha and get motivated. So, Shraddha,
Thank
just
you
keep
so
us
much.
motivating and inspiring us for not only for English, for the other factors of our life events. Thank you very much
Sure.
for being here on
Absolute
this
pleasure.
show English Asan.
Absolute pleasure.
So thanks a
और
lot
अंग्रेजी
and
वाकई आसान है.
Angrezi Asan. Yes. Thank you very much for your time, Shraddha. and see you in
Thank you.
more of our shows in coming days.
Absolute
Thanks a lot.
pleasure. I'm sure.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so
And
much.
have a great day. Thank you. And thank you very much,
Same.
each and every viewer over there. Once
Thank
again,
you.
we'll have
Thank you.
one more speaker or one more learner. Shraddha is not a learner. Shraddha is an expert level English
Oh,
speaker. But next time we'll
it's
definitely
a
have one
pleasure.
more learner and speaker coming Wednesday. So this show happens on every Wednesday and every Saturday at 8:30. So anybody who wants to learn English speaking tips from the real time people, they can definitely join the show on every Wednesday and every Saturday. So thank you very much, Shraddha, and thank you very much each and everybody over there.
Absolute pleasure. And thanks
Meet you
from my
soon again.
end too. To all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
grateful
Thank you.
for inviting me. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Shraddha. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank you.
you.